Hi, welcome back to the channel, Ball Boys. As always, if you like the content, like, share, comment, subscribe if you are new. I think the first place we have to start is the embarrassment of Manchester United at Anfield, getting beat 7-0.
Na nataka useme saba.
It was a very ugly scoreline. And I don't think Manchester United fans and even as neutrals could believe what was happening, considering Manchester United were one of the most informed teams in Europe coming into this one. So it was quite surprising as well. I did not expect, first of all, Manchester United to lose. I think I made a prediction for them to win. I've never been wrong. I've never been that wrong about a prediction before. But what did you make of the game?
What I made of the game is Manchester United maybe seemed to have a bit of control in the first half. And then coming into the second half, it's like you don't even understand what happened because it was kind of a highway. I think Luke Shaw on the day was very, very poor. The butcher, as they say, he was unable to handle halal meat. And it's crazy. I mean, such a scoreline is not something you see every day. So kudos to Liverpool for stopping these guys, because also when it comes to the fan base, like the Man United fan base, I think all over the world are the most arrogant fans.
Very deluded as well.
Very deluded, you know. And so I think that was a good humbling, you know. At least they should ponder on that for the whole week until the next game week.
It was a much needed humbling, because if they had won this one, I don't think we would have had the end of it. I mean, it only took them to win the Carabao Cup. You would have thought they've won the league themselves, but yeah, it was a much needed humbling looking from a neutral's point of view. But I'm sure Manchester United fans anywhere will not be happy with the performance, first of all, with how I think they capitulated under the pressure. When it got really tough, when they conceded, I think that goal, you felt that it was going to, a gateway had opened.
Yes.
And from that point, personally, I think they should have just shut up shop and gone into defensive mode, because trying to trade blow for blow with Liverpool at that point, it's form of suicide, because you end up conceding 7 and making a fool of yourself.
Exactly.
I'm referring to the players on the pitch, to some extent the manager as well, for the tactics, the formation, and even the team that he fielded.
Yeah.
So it was quite a tough day at the office for Manchester United, but mashabiki ndo wanaumia.
Tulia.
Nilifariki.
Niache nachanganyikiwa mchungu wangu kweli. Akili zangu ziko.
Because they've been really, they were so confident, especially before this game, saying that they were going to end that curse of them playing at Anfield. I mean, they were hit for at Anfield last season, and 5 at Old Trafford. So it's not something new. But then again, 7, there's a very big difference between being beaten 5-0 and 7-0.
Yeah.
Once a scoreline goes past that 5-0 mark, it becomes beyond embarrassing. It almost seems comical at that point. And so, Arsenal won with a great comeback, a hard-fought win. I did not expect it to be that way. I predicted a 3-0 win. It was, not far from that, but when you look at how the game unfolded, it was far from that, because Arsenal going behind
2 goals
in a matter of seconds. I think 9 or 11 seconds, as it was the second fastest goal. It was not ideal, the start and everything, but I thought the way Arsenal conducted themselves, composure to get yourselves back in the game, especially after going 2-0. Arsenal had a couple of set pieces, corners. Didn't make anything of them, but Bournemouth's first corner was a goal. So you start thinking it's just not your day. But as you say, a team that is fighting for the title, you have to find those kind of results. What were you thinking when you were following the game? Because most of us didn't watch the game. There was a blackout.
Yeah, there was a nationwide blackout. So you can imagine following the game online, and to be honest, that was the most tense game to ever follow. And at this stage of the season, it becomes, we are like we have everything to lose right now as Arsenal. So watching that game, or rather following that game online, it was a hard thing to do. But finally we did it, and coming out with a win was brilliant. Like, the script couldn't have been any better. And as well, like, the master stroke of Mikel Arteta, of the substitutes that he put on, both of them, I think, scoring goals, Ben White and Reece Nelson as well. So that was a master stroke for me. And yeah, big up Arteta, because were it not for that, I don't know, even a draw would have felt like we have lost everything as a team. So yeah, good comeback from Arsenal. Still top of the league, 63 points, Bana.
An interesting start. Nelson has played 90 odd minutes and has 5 goals and assists. Your 90 million pound winger has 3 goals and assists. I mean, what do I have to say? And that,
if you
can compound it. You can compound it with that performance at Anfield yesterday. Yes. Very poor going forward. It did not track back. Basically left Dalot isolated, leaving him to deal with Robertson and Cody Gakpo and Darwin Núñez at the same time. So Anthony is very poor. He's been a flop so far. That's what I can say. But yeah, Manchester City also won, beating Newcastle 2-0. It was not the easiest win for them either. Newcastle had a couple of chances but wasted very, very good opportunities. I'm sure if they had taken even one of those, the game was at 1-0, when they had a glorious opportunity with Joe Linton from Willock's cross, but they wasted the opportunities, and it's been happening a lot this season because they've not been winning games, drawing a lot of games, and even I think the defensive resilience that they had is slowly starting to erode. And so they have to get their act together if they're going to have any chance of getting and staying in the top 4.
Yeah.
What did you make of Manchester City, and did you think they won it easily, or did they have to, or how did you
I think Manchester City, looking at the game they played, I think they're just Manchester City. You can't describe them. They've done that so many times that we've now maybe identified them with, such kind of play. Because when you look at Newcastle missing clear-cut chances, and immediately Man City going out and capitalizing on their own chances, then that is typical Manchester City. So I think they were just lucky not to concede. And yeah, on the other side, luck as well. They had a little bit of luck, taking advantage of their own chances. So I think Manchester City did what they had to do. And, they were just waiting upon Arsenal to fumble.
And so when Manchester City actually scored the second goal, they had 2 shots on target. And the 2 shots on target were goals. Newcastle had very good opportunities. As you said, it's a bit of luck because some of those chances, they should be going in. But yeah, that's what you have to do. If you are lucky at one end, you have to punish them at the other.
It's true.
And Chelsea winning a long-awaited win, I know, by their fans, 1-0. It's not the prettiest of win. They came under a lot of pressure actually in the dying minutes, in the last maybe say 25 minutes of the game. Leeds put them under a lot of pressure, but they managed to hold out. That's one area I can say they've been not that bad defensively.
Yeah.
Not scoring goals has been the detrimental thing to their season.
Yes.
But yeah, they managed a good win. Graham Potter is still under a lot of pressure. I'm not sure that will save him this particular result, but if he were to manage to turn it around against Dortmund, I think it will buy him a bit of time. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'd echo the same sentiments as well. That Graham Potter, if he is to, try and salvage his situation and the season for Chelsea, then he should at least, have a few wins in a row. And that, like you said, should buy him a little bit more time to try maybe and get things right. If not, then I think Graham Potter is on his way out. Yeah, and good win for Chelsea. 1-0. Still 3 points. Yeah, and kudos to them.
Wolves beating Tottenham. Adama Traore with what you would call a wonder strike. I mean, you could hit that ball.
Adama Traore scored.
You could hit that ball 50 times and it would only go in the one. But yeah, that just compounds Tottenham at the moment. They had a couple of chances, hit the cross, hit the frame. The
crossbar.
Not even the crossbar. I think they hit the frame of the goal. I think
Twice.
3 times actually. So they were quite unlucky, but they were punished at the other end. Tottenham seems like you never know. We see like they're really down at the moment, but they might go on to win the other game. They're on a high. It's hot and cold. That's what I can say. You never really know what you're going to get with Tottenham.
Yeah.
And I just want to do an overview of the other results. Nottingham Forest beating Everton.
Drawing.
It ended
Drawing
in a
with
2-2
Everton.
draw. Brennan Johnson is a very good player. Morgan Gibbs-White as well.
Yeah.
But Everton, since Sean Dyche came, they are a bit more defensively resilient. Although they did concede 2 goals, and Nottingham Forest could have actually scored a third one, but they defended well and got away with the point. They're in real danger of getting relegated at the moment, but it's quite tight at the bottom, because I think the difference between 14th and the 20th and the last team is actually 5 points.
Yeah.
So each and every team in that area is in danger of getting relegated. Southampton beating Leicester, I did not expect that 1-0. Aston Villa beating Crystal Palace, they are on a bit of a roll, 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Brighton beating West Ham 4-0. What do you make of West Ham after beating Nottingham Forest 4-0, going again and losing 4-0? But first of all, I have to say De Zerbi deserves massive credit. Came and took over from Graham Potter. Graham Potter had done such a good job. We did not expect a manager to top that, but he's actually gone beyond that. Brighton are in a really good position to get into Europe, actually. What do you make of that?
I think Brighton so far have impressed this season, and credit to Roberto De Zerbi. He's come into the Premier League, and from Serie A, he's hit the ground running, and I think he has done well so far. He has done well. He has given each and every player a chance.
He was from Shakhtar Donetsk, not Serie A.
Not Serie A.
He's just Italian.
Oh, okay. I thought he was from a team, something with an S, Sassuolo or something. Was he not from Sassuolo?
Shakhtar
Donetsk. Okay. So, Roberto De Zerbi, and I think he has given every Brighton player a chance to try and play, prove themselves. We see now Danny Welbeck back into the team, scoring goals. So, credit to him, and a massive win against West Ham. West Ham, I really don't know where the problem is. I really can't tell, but they seemed to perform well when Gianluca Scamacca is in the team. And I think, is he
He's injured.
He's injured,
for the season, if I'm not wrong. But he alone cannot change.
He alone cannot, but he seemed to bring, some more dynamism into the team.
I have to say, even when he was fit, I think Moyes still preferred Antonio over him. He started the majority of the games.
Yeah.
But West Ham don't get the act together. They're in real danger again of getting relegated. Yeah, so that's the review there. And then if you like the content, like, share, comment, subscribe if you are new. See you in the next video.